Hello and welcome back to the Friendly Lanes Jump tutorial series. In the previous tutorial, we built the challenge URL and successfully played the game. Now in this tutorial, we will see how to post the win message directly from our game to the lens feed. This is just 2 to 3 step process and an additional feature to what we have built so far. So this tutorial will be a short one. Now let's get back to the VS Code and our dynamic challenge URL path. Let's create one more file called post.tsx and the usual component boilerplate with RFC shortcut. Now here we will import some of the functions related to posting to the feed directly from our app. So we are importing them from the Lens protocol React Web library. Additionally, we have also imported the Axios in order to send the HTTP request. Finally, we are using the useEffect and useState hook from the React library. Now below here, we have some custom TypeScript schemas which are metadata for sending a post. In the post, let's accept the props as message and profile of type string and the profile owned by me respectively. After that, let's declare a state to save the post status. So this will be of type boolean and the default will be false. And lastly, the upload function which accepts the data and returns a promise. Basically, in order to post on our Lens profile, we need to host our data written in the post somewhere. So you can use anything like IPFS or even regular databases. I am using a service called JSONbin. You can head over to their website, create your account, generate a master key and paste it here. So basically in the post request header, you have to pass this master key that you have obtained from the JSONbin URL. So once you have set up the JSONbin service perfectly, let's get back to the VS Code. If you notice, we are returning the URL from the JSONbin service where we are saving our data for the post itself. Now that we have uploaded our post to the JSONbin server, let's post this to our Lens profile feed. And for that, we need to define some functions from the useCreatePost function, hook, or you can say hook. Then we will define the useEffect hook and inside it we will call the run function. Let's declare this run function which will be asynchronous, and inside the run function we will call the execute and pass the respective parameters. The first one will be the content, which will be our message itself. Then the second one will be the content focus, that we are passing just text, so text only. And the third one is the language parameter, which will be English. And once the post is set, we will set our state set posting started as to true. And below here in the HTML, let's pass the message according to the posting started status. Now let's import this post component that we have built in our challenge URL page. Here let's define two more states, post states and message. Now let's define a function post to feed which will be asynchronous, and in here we will set the message. If the friend has won the game, then we will set the message text accordingly, and if they lose, then we will set the message to I lost, etc, etc. Once this is done, we set the message here and set the post status to true. Now we have to do some work in the HTML. We have to create the button as well. We have to pass the post to feed function in the onClick event. And below the button, we will render the post component that we have created at the beginning. And also we will pass the props, message and the profile. Now that was just the code to post the message, to post the feed on our Lens profile, or you can say handle. So we are done with the coding part now. Make sure your server is running perfectly and return to the browser. Make sure you are on the correct challenge URL and log into the game and play until the game is over. Now here you can see, once the game is over, you can see post to your feed button. Just click on it and you will be triggered with the MetaMask pop-up. Just sign in the message. That's it. Let's make sure this post is working correctly. So let's return to the lens handle and check if it's working. Just sign in to the lens handle with which we have just posted, and you can see that we have successfully posted to our feed from the game. So that's it for this tutorial. Now you can build your cool games using the lens protocol. This is the end of this series. That's it for this series. See you in the next series.